start with the treble, Andy. And we were speaking about mentality as well. And Man City have obviously got the chance to do the quadruple. But that running, so it was the game against Spurs, the FA Cup game, and then going to Barcelona. Talk me through those 2 weeks and how the mentality was in the squad.
It was exactly the same. What I love and what I can remember, it's fantastic. Every game was as per normal. No one really talked about possibility of winning the treble. It was every game as it comes. We just try and knock over who's in front of us. Beating Tottenham was naturally it's a massive one because to win the league after 38 games, the manager always stressed to be the best team. And in the end, we were a bit nervy. Tottenham.
Spurs went ahead in that game.
Yeah,
didn't
they did. Les scored, and Tottenham turned up that day.
Yeah.
People.
It wasn't a case of lads at Spurs that day.
No. Tottenham turned up. It wasn't a case of people thinking, oh, Tottenham are going to lie down because they didn't want Arsenal winning. I mean, Tottenham got about us that day. Win a goal up. Bex gets us back in the game, makes it 1-1. Unfortunate to come on, and get the winner. But through the whole game, Spurs were still creating chances. We were creating chances. So of course we're going to be on edge because if Spurs have scored, it's 2-2. We end up losing it by a point or whatever it is. So to win that was massive. Then we move on to the FA Cup.
Oh.
The FA Cup against Newcastle. And, I mean, I was speaking with Rudy Hullet the other day as well. And, Rude's fantastic. And Rude was saying, we thought we played well that day in Newcastle, And we thought, we did well against Manchester United. And I said, Rude, did you? He goes, yeah, we were saying, I said, Rude, you wasn't at the races. And Rude was saying, no, we played well. I said, Rude, no.
Selective memory.
But for him, and Newcastle, they thought they played well that day. They thought they had enough to beat us. And I remember the game like it's yesterday. I said, Rude, we absolutely pumped you.
What did Rude say back to that?
He was kind of like, he was laughing because he was saying, that's what Manchester United do, lower you into false security and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 1-0. And that's what Rude was saying. I said, Rude, we played so well that day. Roy come off early doors, he was injured. But we played well, we was comfortable. I don't think Schmeitz was really tested that afternoon. But that's people's concept of how they think they played against Manchester United.
A lot of managers said, we played well and still lost against United. It becomes habitual, doesn't it? What about that goal against Juventus, though? Because you scored what would be the winner that sent them to the sent Manchester United to the final.
See, when people say it's the winner, it wasn't for me personally,
Over 2 legs,
Yeah. We ran that win the game, but who's going through it anyway on the away goal? And I always stress that to people. It's like, we was already going through. He said, no, Cole, but you won the game. The game was over. I was fortunate to tap it in. We win the game 3-2, but the away goal was taking us through anyway.
Team was immense that game.
Yeah, Roy was unbelievable. Roy was, I mean, like I said, I have so many jokes with Roy when we was playing and that, and we still have jokes now. And people might turn around and say, Roy is possessed. And I turn around and say, he was possessed that night because he was absolutely unbelievable. I don't know where he got it from. It's as if he said, right, I'm not going to make it here. But I'll tell you what, chaps, I'm going to make sure you get there. I've never seen him play like that ever again. And he's played some unbelievable games. But this game...
The game of his life.
Man, he was unbelievable. And to this day, I think he still holds a little grudge against Jesper. A bit of banter because the pass, Jesper gave him. Roy said, I was a little bit short. That's what happened. I'm not quite sure about that. But we still have a laugh and joke about that. But like I said, what a great player he was.
And then, so you mentioned the FA Cup, you mentioned the league, obviously the Champions League final, what was still to this day one of the most famous Champions League finals of all time that clinched the treble. I mean, just everything about that season. Talk us through that final trophy for Man United.
Yeah, I believe in faith, and I really do. And that day, it was just meant to be. It was just meant to be. We didn't play particularly well. I think it was possibly our worst game we played that season in the Champions League. They've hit the post. I remember Mehmet Scholl hitting the post. Carsten Jank hits the crossbar, or vice versa. It ends up still 1-0, still 1-0. We were still persevering. We could play to the 95th minute. We always believe we score. And then we take a corner, scruffy goal. Teddy gets it, bang, 1-1. I mean, we're back in, more than back in the game. We're saying we're going to go win the game. Another corner, bang, another scruffy goal. if you look at it as well, O sticks his foot out, and I think it might hit him on the end of his toe.
Yeah.
And gone in the top bin. And that tells you everything about it.
And you just think it's just meant to be there?
Oh, yeah. For me personally, it's meant to be because you can't play, like I said, we didn't play particularly well. You know, everyone feared us. No one wanted to play Man United that season in Europe. You know, we get to the final, and you turn around and say, is that the same Man United team who started out from the start? You know, I know it was Roy, was missing Roy and was missing Scholes in that, but we didn't play particularly well. And then, like I said, they hit the bar, they hit the crossbar. They hit the bar, they hit the post. You know, if you look at the 2 goals we get, if you look at Champions League history, I don't think you're going to see 2 scruffier goals. But I'm saying to myself, I don't care.
You don't care, do you?
I don't care.
Did you have any kind of pre-match, not reservations, but what did this Manchester United team think about that Bayern team then? Because they were sort of an all-conquering side at that point as well, did you?
They respected us, we respected them. You know, I think all the games we played against Bayern, there was always close games. I think majority of them ended up as draws because, you know, we were 2 evenly matched teams. So we always knew it was going to be a tough game against them. You know, they were a top team. They were a team with the football club with great history, just like Manchester United. So we knew what to expect. You know, so it was, and I will say, and I will continue to say, when you need to win a competition, any competition, you need that little bit of luck. You know, and our luck that day was, you know, them hitting the crossbar, them hitting the post, and the goals we got. You know, we never gave up. I mean, that's Manchester United, you know. We never lose a game, we just run out of time.
Is that your fondest United memory, or do you have another one that might surprise us? Or pretty hard to contend with, I guess, isn't it?
The semis, you know, to win it, you know, I speak about it quite a bit because, you know, it's coming up to the anniversary now. To win it, you know, I'm not on any of the pictures or majority of the pictures. I'm not on them because it's not a case I wasn't fussed. For me personally, it's just to take in the whole atmosphere. I remember watching this competition when I was a kid. I'm now here and I've won it. I've not really got any time for pictures. You know, I'm just looking around and saying, wow, I've achieved a hell of a lot coming from where I've come from. And now I've just won the European Cup. So I'm not going to dive on the front of the pitch or try and sit on the cup or whatever. I know where it stays. I've been there. It's all up here. And for me, that's the biggest thing.
And interestingly, that you say that, the famous celebration shot of lifting the trophy. David May is standing there like a statue, isn't he?
Exactly.
Did you give him some stick about that?
Or Maisie always gets stick, but what a lovely geezer he is.
He is a great bloke.
He's funny as hell, you know. But like I said, Maisie's on top of the cup, and for me, I'm like, I'm not. It wasn't that for me. It wasn't that. It was just.
Did you have like a particular thing you did, or like a moment you had? Did you just go like? Do a lap or?
No, I just took it in because the support was unbelievable. And I mean, it was a joke.
United's away support is phenomenal.
It was an absolute joke. And I don't know how long it took us to come in after, you know, because the punters never left the stadium. And there's a lot of footage of us after, like we all lift the cup to the crowd and whatever. This goes on for ages and ages. You know, we all sit on the pitch together like we're on a picnic. You know, we all sitting down, we all chatting with each other, we all having a laugh and joke. And those are things that you can never bring back. Because like I said, just to sit there, you know, look at each other and say, wow, chats, look what we've achieved. And we've never spoke about it. And I think when we all join out in May, end of May, we've got a game and that, and we're going to be together for a weekend or whatever. I think that's when it's really going to hit everyone that, wow.
Yeah, what you achieved.
It was 20 years on.
Wow.
Was it only after your career that you realised how special those moments were?
It's not even just that. I think as I've got older, I think even more so now, because it's 20 years. You know, people start talking about it. It's massive, massive relevance now. And I spoke about it the other day and I was choking up. I was saying to myself, this is 20 years, by the way. No one's even got close to it.
Yeah.
You know, we should be also proud of each another. You know, the football club, naturally, of course, they're very proud because that's part of their history now. The punters, of course, they're proud. But as players, you know, we should look at each other and be proud of each other for what we gave each other, you know, to get there, to try and complete it. And now to complete it and look back 20 years later, you turn and say to yourself, wow, man, that is something.
It's an unbelievable achievement.